get back to it. We might get to a bag today. We'll see how far I get. But I'm waiting for it to go live on YouTube. It's taking a hot second. I hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for being here. Oh, there we are. We're live. Awesome. Let me get this out of the way. That light is so bright. All right. Let's give everybody a minute to join. There's Deb. Hi, Deb. I just did this at the very last minute. We were out running around today, and I wasn't sure what time we were going to be home. So I thought, I better wait to do anything until I get home and get things set up. And hi, Bonnie. How you doing? How's everyone doing? Hi, Julie and Lynn Diana. Hi, everybody. I do have my coffee in my purple Starbucks cup. Hi, Linda. Hi, Vicky. I do have some water, too, because, you know, you got to drink water. Hi, Karen. Hi, Barb. There's Valerie. Valerie, you've been very prolific lately. And you sent me something on purple. I love it. So I know recently I've done a lot of cutting out videos, and I've done some seat cushion recover, some footstool recover. I've done a lot of different things recently. So today is no different than that. I'm going to do something very different. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Cindy. However, I think it'll be interesting because, and I know there's a ton of videos out there on the market about this, but because a lot of people, I just knocked something off. What was that? Let me see. Hold. Oh, it's a screw. These screws are very valuable, so I don't know why. That was weird. Okay. So today, I am going to make 2 dog collars. Hi, Mona. You like different. I know. Me too. Do dog collars for my new puppies, Ruby and Rosie. I keep saying Roby. I don't know why. And I'm going to do them out of leather. Now, I think these are too long, so I'm probably going to cut them down. But that's what we're going to do. Hi, Lori. Hi, Donna. Hi, everybody. But I wanted to go over something. One of you guys, Cheryl, sent me a package in the mail. I just picked it up this morning, so I wanted to go over. The other day, when you were using your sewing shears on leather, I purchased Tandy's leather shears because leather fills your sewing scissors. So I'm not sure I know what that means, Vicki. Are you saying that leather scissors, shears, work differently than just regular scissors? I'm not sure I ever knew that, if that's what you're saying. Hi, Annie. Hi, Elizabeth. Huh. Vicki, you need to explain because that's interesting. I'm still new to leather, so I'm still learning things. But anyway, Cheryl sent me a package and a very sweet note. Cheryl, you didn't have to do this, but I appreciate it because I needed a new pair of these. So she sent me, I'm waiting for Vicki to respond. I can't wait. She sent me some of her favorite easy threading needles. I love it. I needed some of these so desperately, you have no idea. These are called John James Easy Threading Needles. Size 4/8. I don't know what that means. I'm not very good at sewing needles. I don't do a lot of that. But thank you. I needed that. And then Cheryl. Hi, Lainey. Look what Cheryl sent me. She sent me 2 hemostats. I love these. And they're purple. They're rainbow. Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at these. One is curved and one is straight. Let me open this up. It's funny that you sent these to me, Cheryl, because I will show you why. Yeah, one is straight and one is curved. So let me show you the difference. I needed these like crazy. No, these are non-locking. Yeah, they don't lock. Here's why it is so timely. These are locking hemostats that I've had for, oh my gosh, when did I work where I went in the ER and I knew it? I bet it's 40 some years ago. And these, they're uneven here. They're about ready to break. These are locking ones. But back when I was nursing, I had some of my, they used to throw these away 40 years ago. They sterilize them and give them to whoever wants them, but they used to throw them away. And so I got a whole bunch of them. And some of them I've had have broken. I got something right there. But these are uneven. So thank you, Cheryl. If you're watching, thank you. So let me see what Vicki has to say. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Cynthia. Yeah, Cheryl is going to have to give us the source because these are fabulous. I love them. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm putting them right there because I will use those. I use those almost every day. I don't know. She got them at, this says Laja Imports, Laja Imports, set of 2. Hi, Mary. Well, these are, these needles are hand needles, easy threading hand needles. But for my machine, I use either Schmidt or these are Gross-Beckert. So I either use Schmidt or Gross-Beckert. Those are the 2 needles I use. I love these though. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, Barbara, you're back from... Oh my gosh, Barbara, I'm so glad to hear that. Schmidt's needles are probably my favorite. And I use mostly 90-12 on my domestic. These come in a different kind of measurement, but I use 18s primarily. 17, 18, or 19 needles on my domestics. Patricia, what did you say? Highly recommend Joyce Chen for cutting leather. They are amazing and much better than any scissors at Tandy's I've tried. The Julie Chen are kitchen scissors. They stay sharp. So, Patricia, are you saying that there are specific scissors for leather? I am not sure I've ever heard that before. Now I'm very intrigued. Oh, Barbara, I am so glad to see you're back and doing well. fabulous. So thank you, Cheryl, for sending those. That is so sweet of you. And the note, I keep all these notes, you guys. Just so you know, I keep all of the notes that people send me. Very sweet. The other thing I wanted to share is I got, you know, the compact clutch by Sew Yours, her new pattern. Of course, you know, I don't have one here. Excuse me, uses ripstop. And I got some of Melissa's ripstop, but she was already sold out of the black. So I'm sure she's going to restock it. But you're hoping to be sewing by this weekend. Oh my gosh, Barbara, that is fabulous. Keep us updated, please. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should join because I know everybody is interested in how you're doing. So please let us know. So the Amazon black that I got, oh my gosh, it was so thin. And it's great for some purposes, but it was way too thin for the compact clutch from the new pattern from Sew Yours. It just was, it didn't look good. It was too thin. Good for many other things, probably. I would highly recommend the Sew Yours ripstop because it's perfect. Obviously, she got it and it works well for her pattern. So she was out of the black, so I decided to go and look around, and I found some on Fabric Wholesale Direct. The interest, and I got it. So here it is. It's much thicker. This is, I think what Melissa sells is 150 dinar. Denier or whatever you call that, and what I got on Amazon was 40, so you can already tell the numbers are pretty different. This is 200 denier, and I'm going to try another compact clutch. This is much thicker and much stiffer, so I think this will be 100% better. I should have brought in the other stuff. Maybe when I get back, when we get done with the collars, I'll go get and show you the difference. I think this will be good. The nice thing about Fabric Wholesale Direct is you get a very large piece. This is 1 yard. I think it's 60. I don't know for sure, but this is going to be very, very nice for those compact clutches. So just FYI, if we get done here in a timely manner, I'll go get the 40 and the 150. I know, Annie, it's too thin. It's probably okay for other things, but for the compact clutch or the wallet, it's too thin. Sorry to say. Yeah. Leather will dull your scissors. Finding scissors with a good blade is key. Using your rotary cutter is best. Oh, Nicole. I use my rotary blade most of the time. Occasionally, I do use my scissors, though. I did not know that I should have specific leather scissors. Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to reach out to my leather friends, Patricia and my friend Anne, to see what they use. Anyway, so as you know, we're getting our puppies in about 3 weeks. So I wanted to make them a collar. Each get a collar. So I am doing leather. This is some leather. This is some pink and black and white, kind of cheetah. And then this is the other one that I'm going to make. They needed to be different so we can tell the two girls apart. So this is what I have. And I'm using 3/4 inch. And I'm just going to remind myself how to do it while you guys are here live with me. So you put it up through here. Let's just make sure. And we're going to sew that, or I might rivet it on. Okay. Then we're going to put this up. No. We have to put one of these pieces on. Hi, Rhonda. We put this piece on, up and through, just like that. I'm just kind of, I'm reminding myself, so don't worry. And then this goes up and through the slider, or the, yeah. Actually, I think I put that on wrong. Yeah. It goes the other way. This is why we're doing this. So this goes, that's not right. This goes, it has to be this way. Yeah. And then this goes up and through. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. No, that is not right. What did I do wrong here? Hold on. Yeah. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. So you found some cheap but good? Okay. So this goes like this. Okay. Up. Let me see. Okay. You know, I have made so many of these and I struggle every time putting these on. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's correct. Agree, Nicole. From my experience, I've never used my sewing scissors. Okay. More things I need to buy. You guys are a bunch of enablers. So this is correct. Okay. Before I started, I tried this before I started so I wouldn't have to do this. But I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay. So what I have is a piece of webbing, 3/4 inch webbing. And I just put a piece of double-sided tape here so that I can put my leather on here and it'll stay while I'm sewing it and getting it on there nice and even as well. This will be the first of many collars that I'll have to make them. You know, puppies grow pretty fast. Okay. Let me have a sip of coffee because I'm trying to figure these, how you put these on. Okay, so now I'm going to sew this. Let me pull you down here. I'm going to sew this, and I'm going to change my stitch length to about a 3. The reason for that is this is so small that I want to make sure that it looks decent. So I'm going to go up, and actually I'm going to start on the end. And down the other side. Okay, I have a question. Let me see. Oh, they're Joyce Chen scissors. Okay. Hi, Kim. So who here's made a dog collar before? I bet many of you have. A dog or a cat collar. I can't tell you how many I made for Jackie and Kendall. You know, they get dirty. You know, once they got old enough to be the same size, it was really easy because I just took them off, cut the hardware off, and I just reused the hardware, you know. So there it is. Isn't that cute? So, I'm going to go ahead and put my hardware on. And then I'm going to cut them down because I think these are way too big. Oh, Carol, you embroidered a collar. Awesome. I actually did that too for Jackie and Kendall. I forgot. I did do that. I won't do that for these girls until they get of age, you know, because they're just going to grow out of these so fast. I'm making them fairly large because they're going to grow so fast, you know. So this is how this goes. So up and through. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to put a rivet there. I think I might just put a rivet. What do you guys think? Rather than sew it? I think I'm just going to put a rivet. These are all smooth rivets, so they're, they'll be fine. Let me find some rivets. Here's some rivets. I've never used rivets for dog collars, though. I will say that. Hi, Linda. Hi, Kathy. I'm making dog collars, Kathy, for the girls. Yeah, I'm just going to make a rivet. I'm just going to use a rivet. We'll see. These won't last probably but a few months, honestly, because they'll be growing so fast. So if it doesn't last, which I think it will, since this is leather, I don't know. What do you think? Oh, so oh my gosh, I know. It's awful to lose a puppy, a dog, puppy, whatever. They're always puppies, you know. Ugh, these are the dullest. I'm going to have to sharpen those or something because they are so dull. I will say, you guys, you know what I just bought? I'll let you know how it works. But, you know, these things, they get dull too. I bought Made on Jupiter, I bought a sharpener for these. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to try it. I decided I would try it because, you know, when you use things over and over, they do get dull. And this sharpener looks pretty cool. The reviews are very good. So we'll see. He was 14. Oh my gosh. You do sew and rivet, Linda? Okay, that's good to know. So Terry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. It's, I know, I've been through it. with Kendall and Jackie in the last 2.5 years, and it's I miss them both still today. So I know. All right, I'm gonna go press this real quick, and I'll just bring my press over. How about that? Okay. Isn't that interesting? I've never used rivets to do this. But this thing is worthless. I have another one. I should just get rid of that one in. All right. Oh, let me get that out of the way. Oh, heavy. Very heavy. Okay. I'm making quite the production out of this, aren't I? I'm having to laugh at myself. All right, so with it up like this, I'm looking at this one so I can get it on there correctly. Let me do it like this. We want to put it on this way and through. Let's just test it and see if we got it on there right. I think that's correct. No, it is not. Well, let's see. And put it up through here. Yes, that'll be correct, because then it'll connect like that. Isn't that hilarious? It is quite the production. Oh, it's ridiculous, actually. Okay. So that's correct. So let me just show you. So this is the wrong side, kind of the slider. This is the wrong side of the collar. So you put your little guy with the prongs. I'm just talking it through so I remember. So on this piece, there's 2 holes. So with the curved edge down, through the one closer to the prongs and back up through the other one. Okay. That makes sense to me, kind of. I thought I'd just do one before I got on live, and I thought, no, I'll make them suffer through it with me. Then this goes on like this. Hold on. No, it goes on like this. Let's put it through. I got to put the D-ring on too, so don't worry. I didn't forget that. Oh, no, we don't want that on there yet. Hold, please. So then we go up and through here. Okay. Yeah, up and through there. Then we've got it adjustable here. I should probably do a recorded video of this. Oh, gosh. Then this goes on like this. And we'll put the D-ring there. Yeah, that's how it goes. Just like that. Look how big that's going to be. I wonder if that's too big for these puppies. Let's see if I should shorten it. Let's see. These are, I mean, they're going to be 8 weeks, so they're very small little babies. I think that'll be fine. I can shorten it a little more. What do you guys think? I'm thinking out loud. I'm thinking out loud. I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to put my D-ring here. And I'm going to put this down through here. And the D-ring goes like that. Yeah. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think that'll be fine. You know what I might do? I think I'm going to come down a little bit like that. And if I need to cut off more, I can take the rivet out once we get them. Let me see how long this is. Let me see. This ends up being 10 inches. All right, who has a small dog? Kathy says smaller. They're golden retrievers. And they're only going to be 8 weeks. They're little tiny, you know, right now they're very tiny, of course. Who has a small dog? They're 2 8-week-old golden retrievers. I'm not going to put a label here. Not on these, because these are going to last a very short period of time. I think that's fine. Okay, Nicole, you go measure. Go measure for me. Please let me know. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. And you know what? While you guys are measuring for me, let's do this other collar. We'll sew on the pink leather. How about that? So I can cut these down before I sew that other piece on. Thank you, Barb. We are just ridiculously excited. I mean, I know they're just puppies, but they're going to be our little girls. It's going to be tons of work. I'll probably look very worn out and ragged for the first few months. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, let's sew this one on, and then while you guys are measuring your dogs, what would I do without you? Hi, Melanie. You have 2 Yorkie puppies. My baby's collar is 10 inches for a 4-inch wide for growth. Okay. So Nicole, what kind of dog is it? So I'm just thinking here while I'm sewing, it's 10 inches with an extra 4 inches. You were sleep deprived. Oh, I know. I am prepared for that. You know, the beautiful thing is when we got our Kendall and Jackie, we were still working. So, being sleep deprived was more of a problem. Now it doesn't matter. You know, we're retired. We can do what we want when we want. And if we need to take a nap, just take a nap. Okay, so Nicole, my baby's collar measures 10 inches with an extra 4 inches for growth. Annie, you just got ChatGPT 8-week gold. Goldens have next 9 to 12 inches. Really, Annie? Okay, so that's interesting. Let's look at this then. So if I do it like this, this is 11 inches. Yeah, about 11 inches. And there's an extra 6 inches. You cut mine 8 inches plus the neck circumference. Oh. Helen, I haven't gotten puppies yet. We're getting 3 puppies. I mean, 2 puppies. Huh. Not 3. Lord, that would be bad. In 3 weeks. We're getting them in 3 weeks. They'll be 8 weeks. And they're golden retrievers. You'll get to meet them. I'll do a live. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to leave it as is. This, I think I'm going to do that. This is 11 inches. Annie, what did it say? Let me go back and see. All Goldens, next, excuse me, 9 to 12 inches. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do this. So with this, I am going to sew down each side of the D-ring. Yeah, I'm going to do this one like this. Let's just do it. I think it'll be okay. So let's do a straight stitch here. I can clean that up in a minute, and then I'll do a straight stitch on the other side of the D-ring. And then I think I'm also going to put a rivet. I just don't want these here's what I'm worried about. I don't want the dog's collar coming off, you know. I didn't really leave enough room for a rivet. Okay, so here's one. This is it. So I'm just, here's my arm. Now I got a chubby little arm. So I think that's okay. And then if I need to make it bigger, I've got plenty of room to make it bigger. I'm making them, I'm making it too long, too big. Well, here's the deal. I reached out to the guy that we're getting them from, and he actually has some 8-week-old puppies right now. So he was going to measure their necks for me and let me know. And if this is too long, then I'll just cut this off and make it shorter. You have a husky with a German Shepherd. I need to make them new collars. Yeah, you should. Hi, Debbie. You guys, this is so much fun. We do have their names, Barb. We named them. So there we go. That's going to be fine. And then I can make it bigger. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Yeah. Sorry, I'm playing with it a little here. Yeah. We named them after our, or I could make new ones and save them for later, Donna. You're so smart. Donna, you're my enabler. I just love you. We named them after our grandmothers. So my little 4'9" Italian grandmother was named Rosie. So one of them is named Rosie, and the other one is named after Tony's grandmother, Ruby. So Ruby and Rosie. Isn't that perfect? They're sisters from the same litter. And I'm a little concerned. That's strong enough. I mean, they're puppies, you know, and I think it's fine. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, Cheryl, did you see that? Oh, good. I love them. I absolutely love them. They're perfect. And they're beautiful, too. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. That was so sweet. You didn't have to do that, but I certainly appreciate it. It's very sweet. Hi, Colleen. Yeah. So up and through. And then I'm going to add a rivet. I'm just going to do it, you know? You know, the other thing is, should I put the D-ring here? I haven't made a dog collar. I've made hundreds of these, it feels like. But I haven't made one in forever. Why is there a thread there? Let me get that off of there. Oh, I need to cut that off. Yeah, I haven't made these in probably, let's see, Kendall passed 2.5 years ago and Jackie passed 6 months ago. So it's probably been forever. You know, so Terry, the problem with the harness is we'd have to buy, and I may go ahead and do it. You know, dogs are not a cheap expenditure. I'm just going to say it out loud. I'd have to buy a harness now, and then as they grow, we'd have to buy new ones. Because, you know, they get big. So, I may just have to do that. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put a rivet on here. It's going to be some noise. Yeah. I haven't looked for harnesses. I need to go do that. I need to go look for harnesses and see how we actually had harnesses for Kendall and Jackie, but we hardly ever used them because they were pretty obedient on walks and stuff. Oh, hold on. I got to get this over here. I don't have any leverage when it's way over there. So I do have 2 harnesses actually for when they get bigger. Okay. Oh, sorry for the grunting. Hi, Tony. Yeah, so maybe I'm going to go look for harnesses. That would probably be a safer bet. I am worried about the collars being pulled off and then they be like running away and, you know, I certainly wouldn't be able to chase them. Just saying. All right, how did I do this, guys? This is kind of actually embarrassing. So up and through. Let's see if this is right. And then it'll go yeah, they are adjustable for a while. Nope, that's not correct. Well, you know, so Terry, I thought about making a harness. And then there's so many pieces to it that I didn't want to do it. I thought about it. I did actually think about it, and I could do it. I'm really just talking and playing, guys. So up, that's correct. Up and through. Nope, that's not right. Are you getting a chip in? Oh, yeah, they're going to be already chipped. Yep, they're already going to be chipped. Yes, they are. Oh, here, I did it. I put it on the wrong hole. There we go. Goodness. Yeah, they're going to be chipped when we get them, which is a good thing. Let me make sure this is right. Yeah, this is right now. So I'm going to go over this again so I can go back and watch this video myself. So when you're putting this part on, yeah, is that right? Let me just make sure. They're going to be chipped. They're going to be registered, you know, all that important stuff. No, that's not correct either. Yeah, I put this on upside down, so no big deal. There we go. That's how it goes. I may have to try it. Okay, so let me bring it down here. So that's how it goes. So here's this that I've riveted on, and then this goes up through the bottom and through, or up through the next hole next to that. And then this goes up through here. I just did it. Can you believe this? It's hilarious. It doesn't have to be all webbing. Yeah. Have you made one, So Terry? Yep, that's correct. Where'd my other piece go? Where's my other pieces, guys? Let me get rid of this and find my other piece. Did it fall on the floor? No. Here's this. Oops. I don't know what I did with it, girls and boys. Let me see. It's not here. It's not there. Oh, it's in the trash. That's always a scary situation. Okay, then up through the top and down. Rosie and Ruby. We go get them on October, in the first part of October, in 3 weeks. Okay, so that's how that goes. Perfect. Okay. Let's put the D-ring on. Like that. No. D-ring goes on first, so it's on the top. Okay. There we go. There we go, Borb. There we go. Perfect. So we get them in 3 weeks. I can't believe it's already almost. You bought one with the fabric in the chest. I used it for a pattern. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. Buy one now while they're little and use that as the template for coming up when they get older. Because I have, what do they call them? You know, oops, hold on. Harnesses that are all webbing. But I looked at them and I'm like, oh, Lord, it's very complicated. All right, so let's just see how long this is. This is the same length. It's about 11. A little bit longer, maybe 12. Okay, that's good. All right, let's sew that on right there. I could just put rivets, but I'm going to sew these. I'll just go get them. When I finish this, I'll just go get it. And we'll talk about it. You guys that have done them. Because I'm very curious. I looked at it, but I thought, oh boy. I like the idea of the cloth one, though. Honestly. I think that might be more comfortable for them, too. Okay. That's all there is to it, guys. I mean, that really would take about 10 minutes if you didn't have to think about it like I did. There they are. Rosie and Ruby. Now, when they get of age, they'll be 1 inch. These are only 3/4. I'll probably do a little embroidery on them. Aren't they cute? Now, these are pretty strong. I might do actually, I'm going to do another row of stitches right there and not use a rivet. Let me do another row right here. I'm going to go shopping on Amazon and see. I might make Tony take me to the pet store, though. And we can just kind of look at them. I'm trying to think. We have a pet store not too far. How's this one? That's good. So they will chew on them, on each other, so maybe not cloth. Yes, they will. You know, when we let's see, 13 years ago, and I'm trying to think, we got Jackie and Kendall when they were 6 weeks old, in December of, was it 13? No, December of 12. December of 2012, we got Jackie and Kendall when they were 6 weeks old. And then, and they were, you know, sisters, puppies, absolutely the cutest things ever. But they were little terrors. We housebroke them pretty quickly. So they maybe had 1 or 2 accidents. But we were still working full time, both of us. And we had friends that would come over during the day and let them out, you know, a couple times a day. And when they were really little. And we crate trained them. So we're crate training these girls too. So, but they went through, you know, the pads in the kennel. First of all, we put them in the same kennel to start with. I have hilarious pictures. They destroyed, I don't know how many of their beds. Probably 5 or 6. So we ended up buying really cheap beds after the first one. And then as they got bigger, we thought, oh, we'll just leave them, you know, in the kitchen for an hour or two. We'd run to the store or something. One time we went to the store and we came back. They had chewed a hole in the wall in the kitchen. They chewed a hole about this big in the wall. I'm surprised they didn't try and get into the wall. They may have. I don't know. It was pretty funny. So we had to do a little bit of repair before we sold that house. That was it for them. They were in a crate whenever we left the house from there on out. It was actually pretty funny. We came in the kitchen. We were like, oh my gosh, there was sheetrock and all that stuff all over the kitchen. We were like, what did you guys do while we were gone? I'm sure we were only gone for an hour. And they were probably 6 months old. We thought, oh, we'll start leaving them out little at a time. That was a huge mistake. Halloween and Christmas. Oh, yes, Patricia. Yes. They will have special little collars. But these are good to start. I'm pretty happy with these. And they're leather, you know, for their mommy who's a leather crafter. Yeah. Let me read comments. Yeah. They'll destroy stuff. We're pretty prepared, but we're going to crate train them, and we won't leave them out by themselves for a while. You know, it's kind of funny because Kendall and Jackie, we had their crates. We had 2 crates. When they got big enough, they had to be separated into bigger crates so they wouldn't be so cramped. And so we, I don't know, maybe 3 years after we got them, they were old enough, and we just put them in the laundry room when we left, and they were fine in there by themselves. And so we sold the crates. That was probably not a good idea because we just had to buy 2 more crates. But we'll use 1 to start with. They're used to being together, you know, in the same area. So until they get too big for 1 crate, we'll just keep them together, and then we'll separate them. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Patricia. You know, animals are such joy, but they are destructive until they get older. And there's something about Goldens and wood. They love wood. And so, you know, they find sticks in the yard, and that's why they destroyed the sheetrock, I think, because they chewed on it. Who knows? All right, let me put you back down here, and let me get, what was I going to get? Oh, the harnesses. Let me get those. And I'll get the ripstop too. I'll be right back. Oh, please. Okay. So I got the ripstop too. That's very interesting. So these are the two harnesses that we have. Let me put you back up here. But I was gonna do it. So Terry, and I thought, oh my goodness, look at this. Now this is, you know, for big dogs, and these were for my girls. That's at the biggest section. So it's got 2 D-rings, 1 clasp, 2 O-rings, 2 sliders, kind of a stopper. I mean, it's probably doable. I could just mimic this, but there's one. And then here's the other one that we had. This has gotten all twisted. There we go. But I didn't really take time to look at it, but I looked at it for a hot minute, and then I thought, oh dear, that's very confusing. I'm sure I could figure it out. So maybe I'll try it. I mean, it's just webbing and a little bit of hardware. The one thing I do remember, can I cut them and make them smaller? I could. These would be obviously massive for the girls. You can shorten them. Let me see. I don't know how much shorter I can make them. Let me see. The other thing I didn't really like about these, and so we didn't use them all that often, is I thought they were a little rough on their little skin. I know, I'm such a wussy with my girls. That would still be too big. So I'll play around with it. I'll play around with it. And I think what I might do, just like you did, Terry, is I might go buy one and use it as a pattern. That's why they're so expensive. Because they're confusing. They do it on purpose. Oh, I think I could do it. I think what I might do, you know what? I just thought of something. My mother-in-law has one for her, I think she has a Shih Tzu, who's probably just a hair bigger than the girls right now as puppies, or they will be at 8 weeks. Maybe I'll go borrow that from her. Maybe I'll go borrow that from her and use it as a template. Hers has a little vest thing too. Your Charlie ate the trim around the laundry room door. Yeah. You've seen patterns on Etsy. You know, or maybe what I could do is just go get 2 for now, and then, or 1, or 2, I don't know, and mimic them as they grow out of them. I'd really rather be making a bag. I'll just be honest. Okay, so that's that. And I'll have to think about it. Stay tuned, because I'm going to do something in the next few weeks. You know, little golden retriever puppies they look like they're all kinds of chubby, but it's all the hair. They look very poofy and cuddly, but there's not much to them. They're all hair. All right, so here is the, thanks for bearing with me, guys. I appreciate you. I truly do. Be sure and give me a thumbs up for the struggle I went through to make 2 collars. I'd appreciate it. Here is the ripstop I got on Amazon. Look how thin this is. I mean, you can see it. You can see through it, too. And I made it on the fabricator. The fabricator didn't really like it, but it did it. Very thin. This is the 40 denier or whatever you call it. The 40. Very thin. I would never buy this again. I'll use it for something, I'm sure. But it's way too thin for the compact clutch. And then this is from So Yours. I don't really want to open it up, but I will. This is how it comes from So Yours. And hers is $150. Totally different. Now you can still see through it a little, not much. Here I am. I'm putting my face in front of the material. I'm kind of losing it. But it's got a lot more substance to it. Let's see. I mean, you can just see the difference. So this is 150 dinar. This is 40. And then the 200. Totally different. Totally different. I actually like this one. I don't know how it would do on that clutch. Jacqueline, use it for things like a dog walkie bag. Oh my gosh. That you can wipe out. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Use this for that. That's a great idea. So yeah, totally different. 40, 150, and 200. Oh my gosh, there's a little Geico on my window. Stinkers. Can I do the Alice crossbody? The Alice wallet crossbody? I don't know. Let me get a piece of paper. Did you already ask me that? I have so many patterns right now, guys, on my list to do. I mean, I bet I have 30 patterns on my list. The Alice, what is it? Fierce Chocolate. I love your name. Alice Crossbody by Alice Wallet Crossbody. Alice Wallet. I'll go look. I'll have to ask if I can do a tutorial. Let's see. But I've wrote it down, so we'll see. Yeah, Tony. This is not... don't use this for the compact clutch. Nope. Don't do it. Get... Melissa's is perfect. This is even better. This that I got from... oh, gosh. From... Fabric Wholesale Direct. It's not very expensive, but it doesn't come in a lot of nice colors, which is fine. This is gorgeous, though. Look at that. All right, so that's what my story is today. Thank you so much for bearing with me on the dog collars. I think these will be fine. That one I can make smaller. So the next thing I'm going to do, and I probably am going to do this tomorrow, is I'm going to do the everyday crossbody. I might just go ahead and do it live. But I'm going to do it kind of altered. I'm not going to do the card slots. And on that front pocket, I'll have to go get the one I still have that I use. So I've modified it, but I'm doing it out of this leather, this taupe leather. And I need to skive this. Oh, I think I already skived it, yeah. This taupe leather and this paisley. So this is what it's going to look like. So maybe I'll do that live tomorrow. Isn't that pretty? It's going to be gorgeous. I'm kind of excited about it. So maybe I'll do that live tomorrow. What do you think? Who's available tomorrow? I'll have to ask my admins and see if they're available tomorrow. Nobody was available today. Everybody's working. Jan had an appointment. Lori is in Canada. Dawn, I don't know where Dawn is. Dawn must be busy. So, Terry, you just Googled free harness patterns, and there are many. Make a mock-up when the puppers get there and test the size. I think I'm going to. I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going directly to my computer and going on Amazon and looking. And then I'll, Karen and Kathy, perfect. Thank you guys for being here. So tomorrow, let's do this. I think I'll do it. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is, let me look at my calendar. I'll have to look at my calendar. I don't think can I do that on my phone or my watch? Yes, I can. Tomorrow, I could do it almost any time tomorrow. Let me see. Annie will be here. Okay, good. What about, let's do it a little bit later in the day. Did I see what? Did you see your chat, Mary? No. Mary, let me scroll back up. Mary, where are you? Let me find you. I don't see it, Mary. Misty, I didn't see you come in, Misty. I see Misty. Colleen, you went to sew yours. Oh, gosh. Mary, I don't see. I'm going to make the Annie, I'm going to do the everyday crossbody by Car Threads, but I'm going to do it modified. Mary. Oh, here it is. You need to make doggy poo bags and maybe a crossbody with poo bag grommet. I have one, and I have a video out there already on that. I have one that I'm going to use that I still have from when Kendall and Jackie were puppies, believe it or not. But there's a video out there. I'll link it in the description below. Thank you, Mary. Let's do 3 o'clock Eastern. Let's do 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, Thursday, September 18th. I'll put it on, I'll create it and link it in the Facebook group as soon as I'm done here. Let's do 3 o'clock Eastern. Does that work for you, Jacqueline? Is 3 o'clock Eastern too late for you? I don't know what time that is in the UK. 3 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, let's do it. I try and do different times. I think maybe later, maybe over the weekend or next week, I'm going to do an evening one as well. Because, people work during the day and it's harder for them to get there. Thank you again, Cheryl, for this sweet, sweet gift. I love them. I love them. You will see me use them all the time. Okay, 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, the Everyday Crossbody Modified by Car Threads. See you tomorrow, guys. I appreciate you.